As we come back to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, there's a new leader.
A new sheriff in town is Carl Edwards, a 99 guy.
Well, Newman's hanging on. He was loose getting into the corner. Got loose right there. That was all Ryan needed, I think, to go. You know what, Carl?
You can have it.
Go ahead. What are they saying down there, Matt?
Wally, remember the first time you ever led a Nextel Cup race in your career?
Yeah.
Today is Carl Edwards, lap 50. First time he's ever led a Cup race.
Well,
says this
cool
car is awesome. As you can tell, he's yarding them out front right now.
It's a pretty great feeling, too.
Did he give him a big yahoo when he did that, Matt?
BP, all professional. He's just hunkered down, digging.
All right.
Back in the garage, Kyle Busch has just coasted to a stop moments ago in his Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet.
And he almost pulled it off yesterday in the NASCAR Busch Series race. Talking about Kyle Busch. What happened? Somebody about spin out?
I'm just looking at Carl swatting flies now. Carl is very loose there. He saw his hands going back and forth.
But still, the fastest car on the racetrack is not that car, the 99, nor the 12 car, but
oh, smoke! The championship leader's in trouble, Dave.
Kurt radioed in. I've dropped a cylinder. They said switch ignition boxes. He said I already did.
Oh boy, that's all it takes. One race is going to tighten this points championship up like you can't believe now.
Oh man. I mean, this is history. I mean, the car can't smoke that bad and fix it, I don't think. He's going to the garage, straight to the garage.
That's what I was going to say, BP. If it's something they can't fix, he's going to finish 42nd.
See, the way it's coming out, you're right, BP. That's not something I believe they can fix. Even if they do fix it, it's going to take a while. That is true. I don't know if that's happened to you, but you sometimes come to the racetrack and not have a good feeling, and things happen. I swear, it's happened to me, and it's happened to everybody.
Well, it hasn't been a good day today for Kurt. He's out early.
The word that Kurt used was catastrophic.
Oh, trouble off turn 2. Bobby Labonte. Caution flag is out.
He just locked her tires up. That's just loose.
Yeah, boy, is he loose. Boy, is he loose.
And lucky that he didn't hit anything.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the term what loose means,
there he is.
Demonstrated. Oh, this will be fun.
All right, let's see.
And that would be loose off. That you're on the throttle and you're turning off the corner and the rear wants to pass you on the right-hand side.
It's just no indication.
Too loose, so they made a wedge adjustment. Now the 17 off the pace.
Off the pace.
It's a plug wire or an engine problem is what they're talking about.
Second Roush car. Remember Kurt Busch's teammate out of the race earlier with an engine problem.
He said it might be a plug wire. Yeah, well, it's not a plug wire.
I think it's more than a plug wire.
Yeah.
It blew up. I think it broke some in the valve train, but I blew it up now. We're done.
We're done. Boy, don't you hate to hear those words.
Back in Atlanta, the 24 car, a 4-time series champion, Jeff Gordon, being pushed to the garage after a transmission problem leaving pit road. They have diagnosed it as being a rear end gear. So the 24 to the garage, joining the list of championship contenders that have fallen out of contention today.
We saw the 8 car, Dale Earnhardt Jr., have exactly the same problem last week in Martinsville with the rear gear. Jeff Gordon was making a pit stop, and when they let the jack down for the car to roll, it didn't roll.
Yeah, we let the clutch out and spun the rear tires. The rear tires bit a little bit too good.
I did that twice here in my career. Made a pit stop,
and the caution has just come out.
See all the oil on the right rear of his tire? He must have blown an engine and got sideways because of the oil pouring out.
Mark Truex Jr. That was down in turns 1 and 2.
And he has spun because we see both front tires are flat.
Championship next year. Top of the screen.
There we see him sideways and comes down off the racetrack.
See, those bull riders got nothing on a driver with oil on his tires, huh?
No, but the car's not going to step on him now.
Yeah, okay. Here's the final restart. Mark Martin, the leader. Carl Edwards with right side fresh tires. Everybody else with 4 fresh tires. 20 laps to go.
And this is what Mark needs to do. He needs to clear the 20 car, and hopefully the 99 car, Carl Edwards, will hold those guys back on fresh tires. Just a little bit is all he needs.
And Casey Kane, once again, the 9 car, something happened on his car on the start.
Casey came off pit road 3rd, restarted 3rd.
And Jimmy Johnson has gone to the 3rd spot. Bill?
They warned the 48 car, Jimmy Johnson, who started behind the 9. The 9's having trouble on the restarts. Be careful, he'll probably go high if he has that problem. They warned him before the green.
Casey fell from 3rd to 8th.
And Jimmy Johnson is driving the 48 car down in turn 1 harder than he has all day, because all of a sudden the tires are hitting the fenders. He's driving it so hard in the corner.
And there's Biffle getting in the mix.
Well, he's a couple of laps down because he's been held on pit road.
Also his teammate is Mark Martin.
Yeah, that'll help.
Greg Biffle just back on track. Did not make the stop and go paddle. He had some work done, extensive work done on his car under this caution. And when he left pit road, basically the pace car beat him to the line where they changed the paddle from stop to go, and he got caught.
And here's Biffle running hard. He's also running the 48 hard.
Yes.
So hopefully that will let Mark, his teammate, get away a little bit. What are they saying about the sick, Matty? Because I'll tell you what, he got company on his rear bumper.
He hasn't said anything about that race car, Wally. Good and bad day for Roush. 2 out with engine problems, 2 up at the front. Carl Edwards, an awesome day, trying for his first Nextel Cup Series win. Mark Martin, after all these years, trying for his first title. A big points day for Mark. Big day for Carl Edwards, could be the biggest of all.
Mark's going to have to start driving defensive right now because he's got a lot of company.
Well, second place. Here comes Jimmy Johnson.
And for the lead, Johnson trying to take it away from Mark Martin down in turn 1.
Johnson underneath Mark Martin, who's dominated this race all day long. Martin's teammate, Greg Biffle, opened the door for Johnson, and Johnson went through the lead.
Mark underneath them. Goes down to the bottom. He's been working down there real good all day, but boy, those tires look like they did make a big difference.
And here comes Junior trying to take over that 3rd spot from Carl Edwards. Junior in the 8 car.
15 laps to go. Oh, Martin hanging on.
He's trying to drive the car right now faster and harder than the tires will allow him to.
No trouble. Championship contender in trouble. Crashing on the back straightaway.
No.
Believe this.
Is that
Looked
contact
like he
with
had
Edwards?
contact with Carl Edwards. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Another championship twist.
Oh, no.
It's unbelievable.
It is. I don't think I have to say a lot of damage to the 8 car, do I?
Kurt Busch might be the luckiest dog today.
Because all these other guys...
Yeah, all these other guys can take a shot at him today, are having troubles.
Marty?
He said this car is just killed. He said we are ruined. I don't know what we're going to do here, guys. A lot of damage to the 8 car. He's going to limp it to pit road. They are going to bring him to pit road and see how long they can survive, get as much damage as they can cleaned up, and keep him out there for these last few laps.
Boy, oh boy. Mark Martin, they're going to pit this time, Matt?
Just came on the radio and said, guys, be ready. Pat Trice and Mark are debating about whether to pit. They know the 48 has fresher tires. Mark also said, you do realize Biffle cost me the lead. Pat said 10-4.
Here they come to the opening of pit road.
Well, we got to see if Mark comes. I would think he would come down pit lane now.
I think everybody's going to be in after they saw what the tires meant that last time. Bill?
They didn't hesitate. Chad Knaus on the radio. This is 4 tires. Remember, it's all about the air pressure and how fast this car can adapt to the new tires going on it. So they did the right side, around to the left. 4 tires for Jimmy Johnson, Matt.
You met Mark Martin's pit crew earlier here. Now they've got to turn in another stellar stop to get him off pit road before the 48. Solid stop going on right now. He got the fresh sticker tires that he needs. The 48's going to beat him off. The 99 is close.
The 01 is going to beat everybody.
They made the call as they were coming on pit road. 2 tires. They had put on 4 last time.
That'd be a good move.
To the lead for Joe Nemechek off the set of pit stops. Looked like he's going to be first off, and there's the big story of this yellow flag. Dale Earnhardt Jr., who might have been able to take the championship lead over in 15 more laps.
Now watch the 99 car of Carl Edwards as Earnhardt Jr. moves up the racetrack. They just make a little bit of contact, at 190 miles per hour. That's the result.
Didn't Junior do something like that?
Here.
Wasn't it?
Was Ryan Newman?
Was it Ryan Newman?
Yeah.
And crashed exactly the same way a couple of years ago?
He thought he was clear, but he just hooked the bumper.
And that's a big hit.
That is a big hit.
Oh,
Not only
In more ways than one.
more ways than one, yeah.
the onboard view from Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car.
He sees that 6 car, and he sees that 6 car in trouble.
A season's worth of effort. See that finger point down?
Yeah, we're coming in now.
Get in here and let's get some tires.
And that wasn't really.
And what of Mark Martin?
And Mark's going to have to get busy. Oh, there goes. Is that Jimmy Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Johnson on the outside, so caught Nemechek sleeping a little bit.
And he's going to
take
force
the
him down
spot.
behind some slow cars.
And he's going to go up against it. That's Casey Kane. Trouble again on the restart.
Just can't get it going. They thought maybe if he stayed in front, he could, but he couldn't.
And boy, they're stacking up behind him.
What a mess. Jimmy Johnson for the lead on Jeff Burton.
Locked in there, and look at.
This Carl Edwards coming up on the outside.
And he's got it. Well, he had a good run.
And Michael Waltrip is tail end of the lead lap. He wants to stay in front of these guys in case the caution comes out. Oh, who's got damage? Is that Burton?
Yeah, Burton again, smoking a left running. Done that a couple times on these restarts.
New leader, Jimmy Johnson. But Carl Edwards to his outside.
15 cars there.
Carl just drives up on the outside of it.
Oh, this is getting busy here.
Oh, man.
Look at that, man.
Wow. How good is this?
That is cool.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just holding my breath.
Look at Mark Martin down on the bottom, right behind Jeff Burton. Oh, Burton gets a little bit loose. Slides up the racetrack.
Yikes.
Yeah, Burton got big time loose getting off the 2 there. Mark Martin was right on his bumper.
So Mark Martin through, what is that, to 3rd. Does he have enough time after dominating this race to catch Carl Edwards and then Jimmy Johnson? It's going to be tough.
Go, man. Go get him.
That's Pat Tryson telling him you got 7 to go. Pat?
BP, you heard Pat Tryson cheering Mark Martin on. After the pit stop, Mark came on the radio very quietly, said, we made a huge mistake. We should have stayed out. Pat said, no, we have enough time. You can get him. Get up on that wheel, Marty.
Dale, bad news for the Dale Earnhardt Jr. team. Matt, Tony Eury Sr. just proclaimed their race done. Dale Jr. will drive around on the apron for 1 lap and pull it in the garage and park it. Their 2nd straight DNF.
Mark Martin underneath Carl Edwards for 2nd spot.
And that is the Dale Jr. car that they race by at top speed, making that limping lap around to the garage.
Boy, Mark wants a shot at Jimmy Johnson.
Well, he does. And he's going to get it, I believe. You're seeing Junior limping around the racetrack.
Oh, man.
About hit the wall.
5 to go, bud. Go get him, man. 5 to go. 3-2. Go get him.
9/10 of a second behind Jimmy Johnson.
That's not much. As good as that 6 car is working. Once you catch him, though, you got to get past him.
Jimmy Johnson leading this race for Hendrick Motorsports. Bill?
Closing laps, Alan, and everyone was wondering, would a Hendrick Motorsports team be in contention near the end of the race? On Friday, in their press conference in the media center, Jimmy Johnson talked about Rick Hendrick. He said, in extraordinary circumstances, extraordinary people do extraordinary things. Now Johnson trying to do something special for all the people at Hendrick Motorsports and take the family to victory lane.
Well, he better flip that mirror up.
Mark Martin is coming. He's closing on the 48 car. He may run out of time. There may not be enough laps.
He's all yours. Go get him.
I don't know. He
Faster that lap.
He's a one flat. He's all yours. Get him.
2 or 3/10 of a second faster every lap.
Johnson wide in turn 1.
He drove her down in the corner just a little bit too deep, trying to get a little bit more. It wasn't there.
Mark Martin, with desire of his own, at 45 years old, already announced that next year will be his last year of Nextel Cup racing, wants the championship badly, wants the victory badly. Jimmy Johnson carrying the emotion of an entire organization with him. What it would do for them if he can win this race today. 2 laps to go in Atlanta.
Jimmy Johnson, there he goes, burying a tire in the fender again, but Mark Martin right on the white line. He is catching him, but I think you're right, BP. I don't think he's got enough time.
Well, he's going to run out of time.
Mark is just, both of these guys are driving their guts out right now.
As hard as they can possibly go and still keep the car under control.
One more time. One more lap. One more.
White flag is up. Final lap in Atlanta. Jimmy Johnson leading Mark Martin.
Got through there a little bit better this time, Jimmy Johnson, but Mark still gained on him just a touch. But Johnson's got it. I mean, unless he makes a big mistake at 3 and 4, Mark can't do it.
This could be 3 in a row for that 48 car.
Buddy, come on. Bring it home. Bring it home. Jimmy, don't do any burnouts, buddy.
The emotions of the victory for Jimmy Johnson. He wins in Atlanta for Hendrick Motorsports.
I tell you, that's good stuff.
Hey, boys, in loving memory all the way.
And what more can you say?
Nothing.
In loving memory all the way. Jimmy Johnson with his 7th victory of the season after a terrible 7 days for the people of Hendrick Motorsports.
The adrenaline comes down and the emotion hits.
Yep. Let it go, Chad. It's okay. Chad Canals, the crew chief, out to greet his driver, obviously feeling everything that he should at this point.
Just an emotional day down here and an emotional victory. You brought Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports back to victory lane with Jimmy Johnson behind the wheel, Chad.
This has been the hardest week of my life, dealing with the loss that we had and trying to get back to the racetrack and do the jobs that we've got to do and do what it is that Mr. Hendrick loves the most, and that's racing. And for us to try to put all that stuff behind us and do what it is that we need to do was just, it was hard, but we did it for him, and we did it for the love of Rick and Linda and the rest of the Hendrick family and the Turners and Liz and Dick. I mean, just absolutely, it's absolutely amazing. You know, poor Scott, it's just awesome.
Seems like it was meant to be.
That's the man that did it right there. He just, I don't know if it was meant to be or not, but I guarantee you, Randy Norton, it wasn't just his engine under the hood today.
Well, you feel for Mark Martin, but how could it turn out any other way?
You know, I read this week that people said, well, Rick Hendrick races cars to sell cars because he has a huge dealership. He said that's all wrong. I sell cars so I can have better race cars. That's his first passion, racing.
And a huge crowd here in Atlanta, all on their feet, joining Jimmy Johnson in his subdued salute to the friends he lost last Sunday. Crews of all the 5 different teams for Hendrick Motorsports beginning to work their way into the winner's circle now.
Now a cell phone call and a big smile, and you can only imagine that that has to be Rick Hendrick on the other end of that line. Probably heard him say, "Hey, boss." Ken Howes handed him the phone. Ken, a long time Hendrick Motorsports member of the family. I think Jimmy wants to get out. He's just not sure he can. A deep breath. It is perfectly silent at this racetrack. Until now. It's what you wanted.
There is no medicine like that. It doesn't change anything, and we don't get back our friends that we've lost. But it sure makes it feel better to do something like this, and it's just unbelievable. As you can imagine, lost for words, and I just don't even know where to start. I got to thank my crew guys, everybody at Hendrick Motorsports, to have such a difficult week, to be able to bounce back and to do this. I don't even know what to say. This is unbelievable. I just talked to Rick on the phone. He said, put my hat on backwards for little Ricky. So there it is for little Ricky. Randy Dorton, Joe Jackson, Liz and Dick, Jeff Turner.
Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson. I mean, everybody. It's just unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. This Lowe's car, all the support from this team, from everyone. This is a special deal. Big day in the points. I don't even know what to say, Bill.
Can I ask you about restarts then? Just tell me about restarts, because you had a few of them that were pretty exciting today.
Yeah, when you get that close to the front, you I guess do things that you probably shouldn't do. And I tried it once before, and the car stuck really good, just flat footing 1 and 2, and had a great restart on that one. And I knew Casey was having some troubles getting going. I was going to have to, be careful for him. I didn't realize I was going to get on the outside of the 01. And then I had to be 3 or 4 wide up against the wall, and I just kept my foot in it. And
that 6 car was coming behind you.
6 car was coming, but I had 10 angels riding on this race car. And feel bad for Mark, dominant car, but things happen for a reason. Unfortunately, the event's what happened. God had a bigger plan for them, and there's a bigger plan for this Hendrick team here today.
Okay, Jimmy, I just have to ask you one more. There are people that would wonder how you guys did get it together to get here this week.
It's just preparation. What Rick has done with this race team, what everybody's worked so hard for, it's just preparation, and it is tough. It was tough, but it's all preparation. It's this guy, it's those guys.
See those guys over there, they have their hats on, but that one's named Vickers and one's named Gordon. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody at home, too, for supporting the Hendrick family and all of us for this.
Jimmy Johnson scores a victory for Hendrick Motorsports today here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.